One thing I love about Stormrake, correct me if I'm wrong, is you can actually convert your crypto directly into gold, right?
Correct.
So most people, they would have to go crypto into their bank account into gold. And you're like, no. Crypto directly to gold.
Correct.
And yeah, tell me about that, please.
Yeah, I'm glad that you even you're such a sponge. You remember everything. I say one throwaway comment and you retain it. So thanks to my good mate Sam from Liberty Bullion. He owns a bullion dealer in Melbourne. We were able to have one of the first facilities in the country where you can convert your cryptocurrency into precious metals and your precious metals into cryptocurrency without having to touch a bank account.
Wow.
So really awesome stuff. I love this because we want to move away from the banks. I despise them, right? I'm happy to put that out on record.
That's a winner for the audience.
Yeah,
They'll be like, I love this guy, Joel. Where did you find Bisher? Mate, Lebos.
Yeah,
we travel in a gaggle.
I don't trust them, and this is what's really insidious is that you work incredibly hard for your dollars, right? That they just print, but they tax you on it, and then what they can't take from you in taxes, they take away from you in inflation, and then after whatever pittance is left over, the bank tells you how, when, where you can spend your money, which is absolute insanity to me. So, yeah.
And by the way, just to go on the, and again, this isn't your shtick or your crusade, but I'm sure you agree. Like, who is the World Economic Forum and the banks? They're starting to bring in these targets. Like, you can only have this amount of money spent on meat a year. You're only allowed this amount of travel or one flight per year. I mean, these things are actual targets with the 2030 agenda that they're heading towards.
Right.
And there's a lot of people in our audience, pretty much everyone in our audience, they're like, I don't want you telling me what to do with my money. That's my money.
Correct.
And to make matters worse, in the Australian context, and I've talked to the audience about this, we have had situations where people have tried to transfer large sums of money for business transactions, especially people in the gambling industry. And the banks are holding it up because of anti-money laundering laws. And this has now started to... See, I'm very passionate about this.
Yeah, as you should be.
This is people's money. And they're like, that's my money. You're not allowed to get in the way of my business that's doing a very normal trade, plumbing or whatever, and not allow me to actually... you hold up these transfers for up to 2 months. I was talking to a friend over at Fundo. He does lending services, short-term lending services. I went to school with this guy who was 3 years above me, Bashara. And on the podcast, he said to me, Joel, our bank account's about to be closed down because of these anti-money laundering laws that came into effect this year. And the banks are over-correcting. So that is sort of the backdrop with regards to people being sick of the government, being in their lives. And it sounds like from a capitalistic perspective, you guys are all like, well, here's a potential solution. This is what we're doing. Crypto directly into gold, and we'll manage your crypto fund. I think it's brilliant. I take my hat off to you, man.
I appreciate it, man. And the great thing about what we do at Stormrake as well, guys, is that we provide full self-custody services as well. So if you want to use us as your custodian and you want to hold your assets with us, I'd be privileged to do so. We hold about $100 million worth of client assets at the moment as a custodian. But if you want to withdraw and you want to hold your Bitcoin, your crypto assets in your own private wallet, you can, right? This is the beauty of BTC. This is the beauty of digital assets, is that it's sovereign money. So what you've got in a bank account, ladies and gentlemen, it's not money, it's currency. And you do not control that currency, right? Ultimately, that is controlled by the government, and it's controlled by the central banks, and it's controlled by the commercial banks. You do not have any control of that currency, right? You don't have a control of anything. And so even though you can log in and view your balances, that's about the extent of it, right? Whereas with Bitcoin, it's true sovereign money. It is the what's going to liberate us in the next 50 to 100 years. And of course, in that, you are going to become incredibly wealthy as well. So it's got that upside too. But it's insanity in the fact that people think that what they have in a bank account is money. It's not. It's currency. And you don't control it. You don't own it. You need to get onto a Bitcoin standard, because that's the easiest way to liberate yourself from the shackles of a government, from the shackles of government overreach, or the government is actually one layer. Then you've got obviously WEF and all that other stuff on top of it, central banks. That's the easiest way. You just got to vote and opt out with your wallet, because the longer you remain opted into the system with Aussie dollars, US dollars, you're just destined and setting yourself up for failure, unfortunately.
Bisher, let's take a step back. I hope you enjoyed that particular clip from my conversation with the crypto guys at Stormrake. Again, I'm a big fan of crypto. I think that was a really interesting conversation we had in giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly with regards to the industry. But these guys can help hold your hand in the particular industry and show you some tactics, help you understand when to go, when to not go, and understand the fundamentals of the particular industry as well. If you want to open an account with them, click the link in my description, click the link in my bio, and you can get started today with no matter how much or how little you want to go in with. I'll see you guys later.